Hello, everyone. How's everyone doing tonight? All right, let me get everything straight here. All right. Hope everyone's had a good day. The week is over. All right. There's Chris Hatch. I'm going to add him to the stream. How you doing, Chris? I can't hear you. Why can't I not hear you? Oh, my hair. I do not hear you. Do I hear Darren?
Can you hear me?
I hear Darren. Okay. I don't hear Chris though. Let's see. Chris, get your mic going.
Oh, good.
Can you hear me yet? Anything?
Was that Chris?
There's a delay.
Is it just a delay?
Look, can you hear me now?
Yep, there we go. Got ya. How you doing? How's everyone doing tonight? Hope everyone's doing well. Friday, I didn't even know it was Friday. I was like, is today Thursday or Friday or what? Oh, this virus has just screwed up the timeline.
This is the darker timeline.
Yeah, this is just weird. I don't know. Anyway, how you guys doing? Good?
Doing fantastic, Alec.
Good. I'm just checking our stream out. Make sure.
How you guys doing? Good? I'm doing good, but I'm having issues.
Good. I'm just checking our tech issues or.
Oh.
I'm doing good, but I'm having issues.
Tech issues or. All right, so there's
Yeah, microphone issues.
Let me shut off my mic on the stream, so you don't get that reverb. But oh yeah, well, how's we're all. I guess we're all kind of. I don't know. How's things out there? You're shut in now in California, right, Chris? You're living up in Northern California.
We've been shut in for 2.5, 3 weeks now, and
officially.
Oh yeah. It's
more
like a creek bed instead of a hump, because there's just nothing going on. We're the number of sicknesses around here are like super low, which is a great thing. Still has us freaked out, so we're staying inside. I have done all my chores 4 times. I installed a video game today. I decided that I...
That's not a chore. Video game isn't a chore. I don't know where you get that from. Oh, man. But, yeah, there's another one of the puppies. The puppies are dribbling in here. So yeah, we went out. We went out. We had to go to Walmart, which is like the only place you go. It seems to go these days. We just had to go to Walmart, get mostly to get bunny food. Our bunny needed fresh greens, so we had to get kale and romaine and parsley, some plums for a treat. So we risked our lives for our bunny basically, and then that and Crystal wanted chicken wings and chips. So there you go. Those 2 things. So that was it. But Darren, why is Darren muted? Is it? Whoa, he disappeared. Okay, and he's dropped. But anyway, yeah. So when was the last time you were at the store? And did you wear personal protection equipment?
Me personally, I went to the store 5 times yesterday, or is it day before yesterday, which was a local auto parts store, because I continued to get the wrong fan belt for one of my chores. I wanted to go 1 time, ended up going 5 times, and yes, wore gloves, different gloves each and every time. I have some masks, but they're not rated for viruses, and I haven't been coughing at or on people, so it's more of a placebo effect at this point in time with masks. But if more become available that can actually protect me, I will be the first one in line for those.
Well, they keep saying you wear masks to protect others, not to protect yourself. which is really interesting. So we went to Walmart, and Crystal and I had masks because basically there were 2 N95 masks in the paint drawer at the studio.
Oh, nice.
So
Score.
that and a box of gloves. So thanks to the studio, we have protection equipment. So so we wore our masks and we wore gloves, and I think there were others, but I think only about maybe 1 in 40 people in Walmart had a mask on or gloves. Everyone else was like, "Hey, la-di-da, hey, there's nothing on the shelves." Well, yeah, but it was just,
Oh, Walmart people.
yeah.
We've got Darren back.
Can you hear me now?
Now we hear you.
Okay.
Now we hear you. So,
So things are otherwise maddening around these parts. I live in a area where people don't really think that this is a real thing, in a state that is in a serious lockdown, saying it's a real thing. So it's a weird dichotomy of people who are just like, I don't care, to the people who are like, hit the freaking deck. So I'm just here, enjoying my beautiful like backyard. I have a wild turkey as a pet now. As of 2 days ago, I named him COVID.
you got a wild turkey.
Yeah, he's a big old gray wild.
How did you wind up with a wild turkey?
I don't know. He just wandered into the backyard, and we called him our friend. So, and he's just hanging out with the chickens back there. Just
Wait, you have chickens?
I have 2 chickens.
Dude, do you live in the farm country or what?
Yeah, I kind of have a bit of a ranch here.
Oh my God. All right. All right. Well, we can't say anything. We've got a bunny and 4 dogs now. So, and the last dog, I can't blame Crystal for that one.
And your dogs don't produce eggs. Well, they do.
No, they don't. No, that would be interesting. But well, good. Well, welcome, Chris. Welcome, Darren. Darren was on one of our streams the other day. Was it? I don't know if it was morning. It was a morning stream, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was morning stream.
It was a morning trek, and Chris has not been on a stream yet. Yeah, there you go. There you go.
This thing.
I know. Isn't that cool? There's all sorts of cool things about this new software. So here, Fred Hensley says turkeys freeze just fine until Thanksgiving. Oh,
Yeah.
dude, I don't think it's that kind of. I think this is more of a family friend.
Hunting season opened 3 days ago, so long as I keep feeding them by Thanksgiving, this thing's gonna be amazing.
Oh man, that's gonna be rough. That's gonna be rough.
I
But
need good turkey.
Chris was one of the crew members on the Bridge of the Ares back in our October shoot, right?
I even have my badge.
That the proof that you were official, that you weren't just squatting at the engineering station, that you had a right to be there.
Smell like gin.
It smells like not my fault. I haven't had gin around until just recently.
Darren and I got into a lot of trouble on that first shoot.
Just a little bit.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's all good. Hey, Val, $5 super chat from Val. Thank you, Alex. Now you know how I feel every day. One day just bleeds into the next. Yeah. Well, I thank you for your super chat, Val. We greatly appreciate that. Yeah, I know. It's just listen. It's going to be a lot of. Someone told me today, they were going stir crazy. I'm like, you just started. It just started. This whole thing just started. Yeah, you've got at least until May. At least, if a miracle happens, it'll be May. You'll be out, but it's probably going to be June. So, buckle up.
Maybe July.
Yeah, who knows, right? All right, let's see what are we going to get out. We got the amaretto tonight. We've got somewhere back here is a whiskey. Well, there's a shot glass. Who needs a shot glass? The whiskey is back here somewhere. Oh, here it is. Okay, I hid it all behind my computer, and there's the Fire in the Mountain. Just check it out. There's Michael Weir showed up. Darren's drinking an IPA. So
Red Lodge Breweries, straight from Montana. One of the best breweries in the country, by the way.
Oh, really?
In my opinion, of course.
Yeah,
And a lot of
it's too. Is that Romulan ale? George M says.
No, this is Glenn Levitt over here.
What do you have? Glenlivet. Jesus, get a decent whiskey. That's right. I know you're
I've
unemployed.
got some Jameson here for you if you want some.
Apparently, they're hating on the Glenlivet. Bring me another.
All right, I can do that.
So anyway, Chris, what do you? All right. So Chris was basically Chris is just a friend of has been a friend of mine since I was trying to find when we first played Warhammer together at the studio. What year was that?
About 5 years ago now.
Was it 2015?
The Log of Ulin, please. 2015.
Did you play upstairs or did you just play downstairs in the studio?
Downstairs in the studio. I slept upstairs. Andy.
Okay. So I tried to find the photos of it and I couldn't.
I've got a bunch on my computer. I don't know how to put them on the live stream now.
Oh, there you go. Pour yourself a heaping of whiskey there.
I'm drinking Log of Ulin 11. This is a Ron Swanson special. This is a fan.
What is that? Is that wine?
No, this is Scotch.
Took you a long time to figure out what it was.
Well, you don't want to call whiskey Scotch and Scotch whiskey. Otherwise, the internet will just explode.
I don't even know the difference.
What is that? Frozen water you have in that? Why?
It quiets the first one down so you can get 3.
Okay.
Who needs ice?
Exactly.
But yeah.
So Chris,
I can share my screen.
So Chris, tell us about your Star Trek fandom.
My Star Trek fandom goes back to, I think the fact that when I was a kid, I hated cartoons or anything that was just designed to be shoved into a child's face. And so a lot of what I ended up doing was picking and choosing through shows on PBS. And during an episode of Sesame Street, LeVar Burton was on the Reading Rainbow, and he was talking about how much he liked Star Trek. This is way before Geordi, and I was like, I've got to see this thing. LeVar Burton's telling me that. So my dad showed me a bunch of the old series, and they were fun. I didn't quite understand what was going on. It wasn't the story and the plot that I now love in my shows. Back then, it was people in different colored uniforms fighting a monster. I now learn most of the original series. Basically, that's just it.
By the way, Chris, can you turn up your volume at all? A bunch of people are having a hard time hearing you.
Is this good?
That's much better. By the way, Andrew Blake Schmidt says hi. Do you remember Andrew? He was one of the players in our game. Young guy, lawyer.
Yes. How is he doing?
Yeah, he's still lawyering. We were talking Horus Heresy the other day. So everyone needs to know that Chris Hatch and I are both big Warhammer players. We both have, ridiculously big armies. There's
a bolter there. We got that Skyhawk thing there. There's a whole bunch of Warhammer stuff right over here.
There you go.
There's a bunch.
So did you guys play with the little pewter characters and everything?
Yeah, absolutely. Some are plastic. Most are plastic now. The pewter is kind of a thing of the 80s and 90s. It's that really the plastic started coming in heavy in the aughts, and now it's all. I don't even know if they make pewter models anymore. Now it's almost all plastic.
I used to play with a friend of mine, and he'd buy the pewter characters and he'd hand paint each individual one.
Oh, yep, that's the way to do it.
That's still going on. My little brother is almost a professional Warhammer painter. He's the paint chef on the Instagrams. And then James has been in lockdown during the COVID thing, just painting characters. He says he has 3 days into one arm on some sort of a.
That's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, that's just right. And I've got a couple of those characters that are just someone has painted and just done an awesome job with and stuff. But it's you want to get your army to a certain point just so it looks good on the table. It doesn't have to blow anyone away when they pick it up and go, oh, look at that,
It helps.
Hey,
Just
you know,
completed
also
by the paint job.
right, and also we all have like you know when we're playing with hundreds of models. You know, the games we're playing, if we're putting down 15,000 points on a table, I don't know, that's 500 models, 600 models maybe, depending if you're playing Imperial Guard or you're playing whatever. So there's a lot of models. So it's just most important that when you're looking at it from 3 feet away, it looks good. That's what's important.
Well, you got to admit that when somebody has some plastic models sitting on the table there, and the other guy puts down his pewter hand painted models, there's a certain intimidation factor there.
I guess, yeah. I guess that's cool. There's not a lot of correlation between how good your army looks and how well you play, and you might even assume that there's an inverse relationship, like someone like me who pays people to paint their army because I have no interest in spending any time painting my own army.
Check.
Yeah, we got you. We hear you.
All right. Lisa was telling me that still having some issues hearing me.
Yeah, it's still a little quiet on your end there.
I don't know how to fix this thing. There.
All right, there you go.
Much better.
Riding up. All right. So, but yeah, Star Trek, I've loved it since I first got to take a look at it back in the olden days, the mid 80s. And then when Next Generation came out, I think I started watching it around season 3 and just couldn't get enough of it. And
That's your olden days.
I'm only 40. Just a young, spry 40.
Just a lad.
Yeah.
Just a lad. So, okay, cool. Which is your favorite Star Trek series?
Oh no. Deep Space Nine, probably. Next Generation is always going to be my Trek, but for enjoyment and watching and just go hit an episode and really love it, Deep Space Nine. Any and everything out of there that doesn't feature Kai Wynn is amazing.
Gotcha. Make sure you stay close to your mic. People are still having a problem hearing you.
What is with this thing?
Yeah. Don't you have a decent mic?
Yeah, I even bought a good mic for doing it.
How about the mic? How about your computer's mic?
Yeah, turn your volume up on your computer.
Yeah. Can you? What do you have, a PC or a Mac?
I think we spoke French to him, or Klingon. Nope. Now I can't hear you at all.
Nope, can't hear you at all.
Try your mic on your earbuds.
Is there a mic on your earbuds?
Oh. Yeah.
No, that's not working either, huh? He probably has to go in his. Where are you, on a Mac or a PC? PC. Well, that's the problem.
Oh, here it comes. Now the internet's going to blow up.
Yeah, the PC. Yeah. Yeah. Well, now he's going to look up on YouTube. How do I make myself sound louder on?
Okay, go into your start, go into your menu, into your settings.
No, Michael, your Mac rules. I'm sorry. I've been using. I honestly don't want to understand. Unless you're gaming, I have a PC for my gaming. But other than that,
Yeah,
I'm an all Mac guy. It's just so much easier to use. Plus, I hate Microsoft, so I never have to pay Microsoft. Well, I guess I still do for like Office and stuff. Meanwhile, Pee-wee is lying in my lap, just for all of you who, in case you're wondering. Wait a second. Wait. Did you mute your mic? Because I am getting no sound from Chris.
Yeah, neither am I. So
yeah, it shows his icon that he's got no sound.
I think he unplugged his.
It says your mic
unplugged
is
your microphone.
connected. Yeah, Chris, it says your mic isn't connected. That's why there's no sound. He knows. All right, he's trying to figure it out. No, you don't game on a Mac. That's why you have a PC. You have a PC for gaming and a Mac for everything else that you normally do. Val wants to see Pee Wee. There he is.
Oh,
There's Pee Wee. He's just hanging out. He always wants up in Daddy's lap, and then he goes just right chills out and goes to sleep. So
I have to say that the image of Chris on the new trailer, just the expression on his face was captured so well. Chris knows that I will choose any time to say anything bad about him I possibly can.
He will too.
There you are. You're
there
back.
You go. Now we hear you. See, as soon as you start talking shit about him, his mic shows up.
I was just hoping you'd talk more shit while I had it worked out. Always coming at the last minute with a miracle.
There you go. Now you sound great. So now we're.
That was the look on his face was just like it was priceless. It captured the moment.
Thank you. I had a lot of fun doing that scene, even though it was like putting the irons to me. Trying to look at a spot on the wall that the camera was running in front of him. Like, oh, I'm supposed to watch that spot on the wall that keeps disappearing. I got that while doing this over here, where I can't actually see it because there's like no tactile like lines on the LCRs. So I'm pushing and hoping that over here my fingers are actually on the warp and impulse sliders, and it's just like, okay, I think I've got this. And when I did finally, like, yeah, I got this, the camera like hit the wall and bounced off. Great. I got that one.
Well, we've announced it this morning, and I'll mention it again. Maybe you'll come back for it. Is we're doing another. We're doing something else, which we're working on now during our whole downtime here, and that is something called War Stories, which is going to be characters sending communiques back to their friends, their family, their loved ones, their superior officers, whoever, and it'll probably be 8 different scenes, like 5 minutes each. And I'm trying to get famous science fiction writers to write the scenes. So David Gerald is already committed to do one.
Wow!
I've asked David Brin to do another. Keith DeCandido. So
any fan of Orson Scott Card? I've had quite a bit of back and forth with him in the past.
Have you? Well, then you should re-engage him and see if he's interested.
I will reach out. So.
Yeah. Oh, and then there it is. Oh, look at that. Yeah, Adam Vera, $2 super chat for Pee Wee. Thank you very much. And then get this, my nephew, my 29-year-old nephew, who I spent about an hour with on the phone this morning, sends $4.20.
420, really, Dalton? Grow up and send $42.
Dude, also, yeah. And he works for an investment bank too.
420.
Mm-hmm.
420, huh?
Stogie would be proud.
Stogie would be proud.
I'm guessing UA stands for Uncle Alec. UA, that's the first time I'm saying that. Did you see Atari's P5? I don't even know what an Atari's P5 is. Is that a game?
Sounds familiar. I'm not going to Google it.
I don't even know what it is. So, hey, Dalton, send us another $4.20 and tell us what Atari's P5 is. I'm just joking. You don't have to send 420. Just tell. I don't even know what's 420. Is that? Oh, does that mean something? Is that
no, nothing at all. It doesn't mean anything.
Yeah. Right. Okay. All right. So he's sending code. That totally cool. Michael Weir knows that because Michael Weir grows medicinal marijuana.
Some sort of thing.
Mandatory.
That's one thing.
At 5 p.m. today. Oh, really? Mississippi finally decided to tell people to stay at home.
No, listen to this. So the CDC is now recommending that if you go out in public, you wear
Yeah.
masks.
Yep.
Wait. I gotta show this off. Hey, look.
Axanar comic.
But yeah, if you go out in public, you need to wear a mask, not a medical mask. You leave the medical mask to the medical professionals, but wear a mask. And you can. There's some really cool things online where you can make COVID full face masks out of bandanas and different things like that. It's really awesome. I actually saw a face hugger one that was really cool. I've been trying to talk my wife into making it for me.
The masks are meant for you not to, if you cough, if you breathe too heavy, if you
Not anymore.
right?
Nope.
What?
CDC has changed that.
Has changed what?
Has changed it.
Then
Anytime
everyone
anybody
wear a
goes into
mask.
public,
And there's
everyone
my wise ass nephew sending us $1.69.
Come on, not 350.
Thanks, Dalton. We appreciate it. Dalton rarely. The problem is we're so on so early in California that Dalton rarely gets a chance to be home. It's a 40K fan film.
I think they just released that yesterday.
What was that?
There was a Warhammer film, independent film that just came out yesterday that was supposed to be pretty freaking awesome.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Let's Google it. Let's see what we get.
What's it called again?
Antares.
Oh, is that what is it? Antares?
Antares 5?
Use the internet. There's stuff in there.
But it's all those little tubes, and I can't fit through those tubes. I'm too old.
Funny enough, there's an entire tube right there in my curio cabinet of tubes. Those are vacuum tubes from the linear collider, the Lawrence Livermore linear collider. It's HILAC for short, and a cat.
Hey, we're all cat people except for Alec.
Antares P5, huh? Antares P5. All right, let's see what it comes. I don't see anything.
No.
But we will. Someone track it down.
I think I got it in my feed right here.
I'm trying to find it. Antares.
Iron Warriors. No, don't care. Anyway,
Bella Lost Soul. You would think Bella Lost Soul should have it. God, I went to Bella Lost, and my friend Larry is the guy who owns Bella Lost Souls, and I hate to speak ill of it. But the last time I went to Bella Lost Souls, it was absolutely awful. I've never seen so many ads on any website ever in my life.
you gotta pay the bills somehow. Hey,
Oh my God. It was
on the
like
internet.
right side, left side, top, bottom, in between articles, in the middle of articles. It was just crazy.
But anyway,
Warhammer
fan
40,000
films
fan
Yeah.
film teaser, YouTube, Antares.
If
If you want to look it up.
send us a link.
it's in there. But so you're going to be doing some like vignettes, some letters home. I am interested. Love to do that. Moreover, I am bored and I love cutting MDF and I love everything Klingon. And I have half threatened with Scott to build the Klingon set myself in my garage and then ship it to you.
What?
But I just need plans and an idea of how to do that. I can build it. Kapla.
Oh, so here's part 5. So this is part 5 of this. Is it a digital? Is that what it is? Digital, a digital film. This Antares. It looks kind of interesting. We'll have to follow up. By the way, big Marvel news today, in case anyone didn't follow that. The Marvel has just redone their entire schedule, pushing Black Widow back till November, and everything else is getting pushed out from that. So obviously coronavirus is even affecting the Marvel movies. But then they start talking about all the Marvel films. There you go. They started talking about all the Marvel films, and I was like, okay, so it's Black Widow, and then there's a Shang-Chi movie, and I'm like, okay, not so no. I don't know if I'm crazy about that. Then there's Eternals. Then there's Doctor Strange 2. There's Thor 4. There's what else was in there? This doesn't even count all the Sony stuff, all the Spider-Man universe stuff that that Sony is doing. So, but as I was listening to it, I was like, okay, I'm not going to go see Shang-Chi. That just does not sound particularly interesting to me. Eternals. I mean, it depends. It depends how Crystal feels about going. And she's not a Marvel girl. She's a DC girl. So I'm guessing we're going to wait until those things come on TV.
Yeah, I looked at I'm looking at those movies the same way I did Doctor Strange, which was saying I've never been really engrossed with the comic. I don't really like magic as a platform for most movies. Darn cat. And so I was like, it's probably not going to be that good. I mean, I love Cumberbuddy. And I decided to just go see it on a whim. It was excellent. I loved it. I've seen it 5 times over. Whatever Marvel's doing with everything they're doing, they know how to pander to the fans. I'm buying what they're selling. I don't know what Shang-Chi is. I'm going to be first in line to see it, though. So I am a consumer of Disney. I'm surprised they don't own my house yet. They own everything. So might as well just buy me, please. I don't know.
They do own everything. Well, Disney owns everything basically.
Yeah.
So yeah. Let's see what they. This is a little bit of everything Disney news. But that's it. Disney looks like Disney's half of Hollywood now. With Star Wars and Marvel and Pixar and Disney, it's like, what else is there? A little Warner Brothers and a little bit from Universal, and basically Fast and the Furious is Universal and
whatever Kevin Smith is doing. So
I heard, was it you, Darren, that told me that his new one wasn't particularly good? By the way, Darren, you're totally out of focus. I don't know what it is with your camera.
It's probably it's not the focus of the camera. It's probably my network. My network really sucks. And when you got a kid in the back who says, I don't care what you're doing, I'm going to go on anyway.
I don't know. I think soft focus is a good look for Darren.
Yeah, I like it much better than the hard focus for sure.
So I actually saw it in the theater with the screening with Kevin Smith. Is Sacramento Amphitheater, and and I thought it could have used a few more times through the editing mill. It wasn't as gripping as Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. It had the same cast, had the same writing. I mean, look, it's the same cast, the same writing, but it just missed a little bit of something. Everyone else I was with really dug it. They said, this is just perfect Kevin Smith. And maybe it's just that my idea of Kevin Smith films, most recently Tusk, oh my God, Walrus Never Cries. What the heck were they doing there? But
I just read the synopsis of that and I said, huh?
Oh, it's worth a watch. I mean,
that's the weird.
What else are you doing?
Yeah, I think it was Alyssa who actually was talking to you about that. I actually haven't seen it. I've seen bits and pieces of it, but it didn't look good enough to me. It looked like he was trying too hard, honestly. So I didn't really give it as much weight as I pretty much would have anything else that he would have done coming out of that. And I don't even know if it wasn't in black and white, was it?
No, it was full color.
It should have been in black and white.
it had a lot of heart. I mean, it was good. It still pulled a tear out of my eye, and I laughed hysterically. But it wasn't like a blockbuster. It was no Chasing Amy. It just missed something. I think it could have been a very, very, very good film. Instead, it was just enjoyable.
If they had taken pieces of it, and did it like they did in the old school way, where you were looking at it from the camera, from the the security camera, and different things like that. I think that mix a little bit of the color in the black and white. I think it would have got my attention a little bit more. But from the things that I saw from it, it didn't capture me the way the old Kevin Smith stuff did. It just didn't have that same.
By the way, the answer, Chief Cook, is no. But
by name only, I really wish I had the nepotism that would go along with being uncle or son of that man. That would have been amazing. Instead, I had my own crap father. So Apollo would have been much better.
There you go.
Thank you, Jim.
Oh my God!
And you might have had a little robotic dog too.
I think Stogie is compiled a list of the Ares crew. I don't have one, but do you mean the actors or do you mean the characters? What have you? Anyway, yeah. So, we haven't talked much Star Trek tonight, have we? Shame on it. We haven't talked much Axanar either. Oh, while we're here, gotta plug it because we started selling these yesterday, which is the official Ares pin collection. All right, get a load.
Ooh, I gotta give me one of those.
Yeah. All right, let me hold them up so you can see this. This is the
Darren fell out of his chair.
Wow, there you go. There's 3 pins: Ares, Hercules, Ajax. They're like they're about 1.5 inches. Nice thick enamel, rubber backing pins. These are in the Ares Studio Store, which scrolls across the bottom so you know where to go. They're $10 each, or all 3 for $25. We also have some vinyl. We have a very limited number of vinyl stickers. Look at that vinyl sticker. The tip of the spear must be sharp. So there you go. So those just hit the Ares Studio Store. And the stickers the shipping is free on the stickers. We had a mistake. So some guy, the stickers are $2 each, right? Some guy, I think they're $2 or $2.99. I think they're $2.99. Some guy bought a sticker and the shipping was set wrong, so he got charged $5 shipping, and he still bought it. And I felt so bad. I was like, okay, look, I sent him like 3 stickers and a patch. And I was like, sorry about that, dude.
No, for that guy, you throw confetti in there.
Yeah,
thank you
like,
note. You sign
whatever.
it. 3 stamps.
Yeah, exactly. And then there was another guy. We have the signed photos that people who give us $100 get, like signed by the cast members, right? And one guy who wasn't even a donor, and it's all password protected, somehow got in and ordered like 5 photos at $10 a piece. Now I pay really close attention to this stuff, so that shit doesn't sneak by me. And I looked in it, I go, who is this guy? He wasn't in our system. He wasn't a donor, and just wrote back and said, dude, who are you? And why are you giving me, why you, of course he gave me $50, but we'll see. There you go.
$50.
That's the Connie there,
Ooh.
Yeah, you need an Ares, which I don't even.
We all need an Ares. When is that coming out?
Yeah,
Send me an Ares.
Dennis, find out when he's shipping me those Ares kits, because we've got them.
I want to build one. I want glue on my fingers now.
Super glue, yeah, because they're resin. But
nice.
Yeah, so those are coming out. We need to get Eagle Moss to make it. It's like real. Let's find the check. Who can find the factory in China that makes Eagle Moss models, and then we pay them to make an Ares. Oh, is that the XL Reliant?
Yes, it is. This is my favorite ship. It
Yeah.
almost looks like an Ares. The nacelles are in the right spot. The saucer's in the right spot. It's got this useless thing up here.
I've got the Shenzhou one.
Sending it to you right now, Con.
So yeah.
Oh, I have to show you something. This is something that my wife had commissioned for me. Okay.
Oh, that is so cool.
Oh, that's kind of cool, man.
And that's beaded.
Yeah. This is because I'm writing the short story about the crazy horse, and this is the actual symbol for the crazy horse. And so my wife, when I talked to her about this, she had this commissioned for me for Christmas, and I tell you, I literally was in tears over it. Part of the story was actually read on on Axanar Comics on their YouTube page, and I tell you, Trey just did me so many honors with that. It was a combination of Trey and oh my God, I can't think of his name right now. Who reads for you, Trey? Come on, pop it up. I know you're there. Anyway, and I can't remember his name, but he did such a good job reading, and it was very, very important to him that he got to read it. But it was an amazing thing to actually hear the story being told with somebody who gave it the importance that I felt in it. Adega Outlaw, that's who it was. And he just did such a wonderful job. I mean, with the intonations and the pronunciations and things like that, it was really
excellent. Good. Excellent. Well, good. Oh, did I miss a super chat here? I did. Stephen Ross, $2 Canadian.
That's like worth a
buy
buck.
Star Trek and buy Axanar. Well, don't we wish? That would be wonderful.
Come on.
If Disney bought Star Trek, Disney would allow us to do Axanar. I guarantee it.
Well, that would be nice.
Their allowances to fan films is just really, really good, as long as it doesn't, break certain things.
Right. Yeah. Well, and listen, all we ever wanted was to make it. That's it. So I know Jonathan Lane was fighting a couple haters again today,
they're still out there.
And I was like, dude, why do you waste your time with those guys? They're such morons. It's just like there's better things to do. Just ignore them. But thanks for that, Stephen Ross. We appreciate it greatly. Michael Weir said he had a subscription to Eagle Moss. Listen, because I love Eagle Moss. I have to get the Viper Mark I from Blood and Chrome from Battlestar Galactica. I got to get that. I've got I've got the Shenzhou Deep Space Nine K7. I love the K7, the big size one. That's probably my favorite. But I've got the sail ship, the Centaur, the Aventine, and the NX prototype. So yeah, I've got a few of them, and they're fun and they're beautiful. But I kind of always want all my ships in scale.
Do anyone know what ship this is?
Yes, I do. Oh my gosh, which one is it?
That's actually just a piece of the Stargate. That's Chevron.
Yeah,
number
which
9.
which part is it though? There's
Chevron number 9.
9. Okay.
Yeah.
And which gate?
The SG-1, the normal gate room gate, featured in 10 seasons of SG-1.
Which
all the other ones.
ripped apart and they cut into sections.
Yeah, except for
it's really, and it was really heavy.
It's very heavy. It's supported by a crane in my living room. So,
yeah. I guess the Atlantis one was less heavy.
Wow.
That little thing there above Horus, wearing a pimp hat, is the Stargate. 2 sections of it on the ceiling. But I keep part of it in here because I actually recreated a bunch of the chevrons that went on the back side of the gate because they're hollow in the back. You can't quite tell, but so they're hollow.
Oh, wow.
And you'll see that from behind, and it looks. I mean, you can see the paint and stuff like that, and it looks. I mean, it's just amazing. It's a prop. But when you're going to look at it as if it's a standalone piece, two sections of the gate, it looks a little cheesy. So I created my own since they go on the back anyway, and they're solid. So I made molds for all of that, so I can actually make bits of Stargate. Not enough to actually get anywhere interesting, but at least I can drink whiskey and stare up at it and enjoy it. So, yeah. After 5 years ago, sitting in your studio, sleeping on the couch for that Warhammer game, and Horace was just there above James and I as we're sitting there trying to sleep, and I'm just looking up at this Stargate relic, just like, That is so cool. Must have. And it was actually Alec who put me in touch with the guy who was making the recreations of the original Stargate Horus
Frank
bust.
Surian.
Yeah, and then through that ended up finding people who actually owned sections of the Stargate and put my finger on 2 sections.
So do you have a recreation of the mask?
I do. Yeah, it's on the wall over there too. So Alex looks a lot better. I think the paintwork on his is just bar none phenomenal. It's the aging effect. It's that green with the copper making it look like it's really old. The one I have, the guy did a approximation of that. I almost figured I'd repaint it myself over time, but
yeah, I got to see Alex, and Alex was awesome.
Yeah, if this camera was mobile, I would take you on a tour of the place and show you that turkey. I'm staying locked down. But yeah, we all have our fun relics. Alec has the apothecary, well, not the apothecary, the reliquary from all nerddom. Your house should be more of a museum than a.
Oh, hardly. I've sold so much stuff. I hardly have anything anymore.
This is the guy who had the orb of the prophets. The orb of the prophets, just hanging out on a shelf.
But that was a consigner's. That was a consign. That wasn't even mine.
I know, but it was special to me.
Yeah.
I had an orb experience, maybe twice. I looked at it from across the room for like 2 days. I was like, look at that. And then Alex like, you can go like touch it. And I was like, what? And it turns out it's just like a glass vase from some old lady, like giving it to like a thrift shop, and someone dressing a set's like, and this is the orb of the prophets. Yeah, it works.
Yeah,
headphones don't.
I've got just a smattering of stuff left, but just enough. I mean, it just, I don't know, if you have too much stuff, it's just stuff. So I've got my Battlestar Galactica collection, which I love, and I've got my I got my Star Trek collection, which is mostly Cisco stuff now. I've got some really key Cisco props, which I love, and and a couple of costumes, and that's about it. And I don't need it. I don't know. I don't need that much stuff. Yeah. So,
and bar none, the best Axanar collection I've seen of anyone.
Well, I have to say that there was a point in time when, in October at the shoot, when we were in the Ares studios, and I saw all that stuff you had sitting in back, and I was like, I wonder how much I can fit into my light bag here and get on the airplane, and maybe I'll
where it went
until.
Where it went.
Oh no!
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's not like anyway. It's not like we've got a lot of stuff from Axanar. I mean, there aren't a lot of props. I mean, it's like the bridge and some uniforms. It's not like we got
some phasers and some
we don't have any of that
communicators
shit.
And
no.
And so I have a question for you about Axanar, Alec. Why is there no science station with the weird thing you have to look into that is on?
Yeah, we talked about that, and we were just like, it's not a science vessel. It's and
it's a war vessel.
That shroud for anyway, and it's just we haven't gotten anyone to make one. And I like the one from Enterprise. Like I thought the one from Enterprise was a lot cooler, right? And so we just never got anyone to make one. So I just need to get someone to make one for us. We need to design it and make it.
You know what I really hate? You had those
really
cool.
Oh hell yeah!
Those really cool little visual things that came up, on the big, flexible little armature, and they would come up and they would. You could look at them, and they took that out of the series. They had it in the first and like the third episode because they kind of mixed everything up. And it's like, when they took those out, it's like, but those were so cool. Why did you take those out of there?
Those were so 50s. They were so cool. Yeah, 1950. They took
I'm talking about when I was a kid, when I watched it for the first time, I thought they were cool. And I didn't understand why things were so different from the first episode to like the third episode. It's like, wait, the uniforms are different. Everything's different. Even Spock was different.
And also and things were, So it was, yeah, it was. I don't know. As a kid, it's a little confusing. You're like, hey, what's going on, guys? Because kids are like clued into continuity sometimes more than, you just think they're not. But, as a kid, I was like really into continuity. And I don't know. Dale Simpson says, oops, that's not. We will Velcro a Viewmaster to the science station.
You could
Just for
probably
Chris.
put just like a cell phone in just into some sort of a pocket, like one of those view scopes for looking in the seawater. But I'll come up with something cooler. I have a table saw and some paint. We'll travel.
Yeah, there you go. We'll figure something out. We'll get Eric Henry to design something. He did everything else on that bridge.
Tell him to design it. I'll build it, sign it,
There we go.
mail it.
Do an SNL thing where you actually do have a Viewmaster sitting on there, and the science officer goes there and clicks through the Captain it.
I love the idea of reset. There we go.
Brian
That's a
Kessler
golden gate,
says,
right?
Alec, I've been here in the background watching and I've really been enjoying the show. You guys are doing a great job and very, very entertaining. Thanks again for a fun chat tonight. I love BSG, Trek, and SG1. Well, thank you.
Yeah, this man has good taste.
We love them all as well.
Sci-fi freaks.
He meant
everyone
Trek.
else.
But
Babylon 5, SG1, Space Above and Beyond. Yeah, we enjoy all that.
wild cards.
Yeah, we enjoy all that shit. That's all good.
Why did they get rid of Above and Beyond? I couldn't figure that out.
Have
Well,
you tried watching it again now?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but this isn't now. I mean, back then, it's things.
They got through season 2, and I just don't think anyone was really interested in where the plot was going with the alien race and the fact that it was like I don't know. But I tried to watch it again because I had such great memories of that show, and wow, was it bad!
Where do you get it on? Hulu?
I don't remember where I got it.
I don't know where it's on, but yeah, it's also on DVD. It's available.
Yeah, it was just not good. At the time, it was great, and now it's just bad.
Right, Sublet says, I love the tactical scope that Sulu
Right.
has that pops up from his station on Star Trek. Yeah.
Right is freaking awesome. This dude is awesome. Like, having him on Axanar is just like, it brings the credentials up. Like, you got Alec, you had Richard Hatch, you had all these other amazing people that brought this thing together, and then you got Wright. You're like, through the roof.
Oh, Wright came into the office when we were doing all this work, and he says, "Oh yeah, hey, I've got a lot of pictures and things like that you guys might be interested in. You want to take a look at them?" And we're kind of like, "Yeah, if you got extra pictures and stuff." And then he shows us these pictures, and it was like, "Holy crap, dude! Why were you holding back?"
No, Wright's awesome. He's a great photographer. Yeah,
he is.
Yeah, he's the one that did my my favorite photo from the shoot so far, which is the one of Garth and Commodore Singh, which I'll show you guys here. I showed it last night. We had Raj Kala on, but boom, yeah, he did this. He did this shot. That's right.
That is amazing.
Right, and that is a beautiful, beautiful photo. Right, we actually printed it out, and Raj and I have autographed it, and that's available in the Every Studio store as well. So feel free to go help yourselves, guys. By the way, we also want to promote our Patreon. If you want to support Aries Studios, please go to our Patreon, patreon.com/Aries Studios, and become a patron because we like patronage, and the studio costs money.
Wait, Wright just said that's not his shot.
It's not? That's not yours, right?
I'm back.
Oh, wow. Okay. I thought that was yours, right? I've been telling everyone it's yours. So obviously,
Actually, it might have been mine, but I'd have to look through my stuff. But
look through your stuff. Yeah. What do we got there?
What I have here is a hidden
oh
phrase.
my goodness!
Come on, I know it's in here. That's where I keep it hidden. This thing's
Hidden
just
behind
falling
the
apart.
mustachioed version of.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
those are the Jonathan Frakes headshots that I had
Wow.
about 300 of. and only about 30 were signed. And those are the ones that I grabbed the rest of and had the Next Generation cast all sign and mailed them off to him. But yeah, I forgot that was back there, and it just, for some reason, I keep it behind a picture of Carlton on my wall in my house.
Oh, that is sad.
God, what does that sound like you, Chris? It sounds just like
Oh man.
oh Lord.
If you're, yes, well, we are real sci-fi fans, and most of us have seen the '60s Jerry Anderson shows.
Mm-hmm.
We talk about them often, as a matter of fact. FFI editor, UFO is my favorite.
Yeah.
That is, I mean, just it's so '60s. That's what's so good about it.
Oh, I'd love to see them do it with just the same hairstyles and the pink hair and the whole. And they say it wouldn't work, but I think it would. I think people are ready for that retro '60s kind of UFO look.
Chris, Chris is too young. He doesn't even know what we're talking about.
I was ignoring it and Facebooking instead.
Oh, of course.
UFO is amazing. I love UFO.
Hey, Alec, can you pull up my Facebook profile and then play the video that I posted today? It's real short.
Let's see. Let's see if I can do that. You okay, Pee-wee?
How's Pee Wee doing?
Pee-wee's doing all right. He's hanging in there. He just likes sleeping in my lap.
Aw.
You know? All right. Let's see. What you shared that video? It's just that kind of day. That video.
Yeah, that one.
Let's see.
Yeah, this is my morning. Putting the chickens out. And I was trying to get the Benny Hill soundtrack to go to this video, but my app was not having it. So
Oh, you know Benny Hill, but you don't know UFO.
no.
Let's see. Is this the right one?
No, that's your video. Wrong tab.
All right. Let's try that again.
I'm back.
It's a Chrome tab. It's Facebook. There we go. All right, now let's see if I can start it.
It's putting the chickens out.
Holy crap, that turkey is huge.
I pet the chicken. Move on.
Wow.
Yep.
Wait, you choked what?
Pet.
Oh, my bad.
Pet.
You pet what?
The chicken.
You pet the chicken. Okay. I got
Pet the chicken.
Oh, I love the Thunderbirds too. Thunderbirds a go.
Yakety sax. Yes, that's the audio I wanted with that video. It would have been great for the roll around, and it does. I'm not chasing that chicken. Or the turkey. I'm walking after it. Time lapse makes it look like PETA should be boycotting my house and putting naked women in cages out front. If you guys want to, go for it. I don't know what you're gonna do. I will chase turkeys all day long if they're gonna start that shit. I don't understand PETA at all. Love animals. Those people are strange. So.
Even Lissa likes Thunderbirds, and she's a girl.
What's wrong with Thunderbirds?
And she's a girl.
I don't know many girls that like. I don't know if I've ever talked to a girl that even knew what Thunderbirds was.
Well,
Sarah,
it
you
is
know
a
what
little
Thunderbirds
dated
is?
in the way they treated women, and it was kind of revolutionary for that time, but it's not so much anymore.
Thunderbirds, go! If you've seen, what is that, the Trey Parker, Matt Stone, the puppets, where they do the puppets.
Team America.
Yeah, that's basically Thunderbirds.
America! F
Yeah,
yeah.
no,
Yeah.
totally a takeoff on Thunderbirds. It is totally. Yeah, it is homage. It is indeed. So, yeah, it is great. So,
We just had an earthquake in LA.
is it still there?
I don't know. Maybe it's coming this way.
It is. It's no news. That's no news. Yeah, you got to get.
in LA. That's a shocker.
Once it hits 8.0, I'll start paying attention. But like under that, it's just like whatever.
Yeah, when I was living in California, we felt an earthquake. Probably about once every 3 months. So,
wow. I live in Sacramento, and we don't get them very often at all. My first time even feeling an earthquake, I was in Oregon, of all places.
I was up in Eureka.
I've actually been in earthquakes in all 3 states I've lived. Well, no, I lived in North Carolina too, but in New York we had an earthquake once, and everyone was like, "What was that?" And we realized afterwards it was an earthquake. And then there was one in Georgia. It was, I want to say it was like early in the morning, and I got rolled out of bed by it. And I was like, that's an earthquake, because I had lived in LA for 10 years and I just knew it was an earthquake. And sure enough, yeah, that was an earthquake. And of course, living in LA for 20 years, plenty of earthquakes. It's like,
and there's more than one kind of earthquake. You get the really weird wave one where it's like, oh, and then you get the one where it's just you're shaking, so you've got the different kinds. And then we actually lived on a house that was on 2 different levels. So we had this one where we were going around like this. So we had
a lot of it depends on the structure you're in. Yeah, because the way an earthquake works is that when the fault slips, there's a supersonic shock wave that shoots out from it. And so that's the bang you hear sometimes. We heard that in the New York one, we heard that. And then after that, that's when you get the rolling motion of the sign. Yeah, in case anyone who's never lived in an earthquake zone is curious. But yes. I've been through, Steve Ross says he's been through 2 earthquakes in Ottawa. Well, that's news to me.
I didn't even know Ottawa got earthquakes.
News to me. So, what else do we got?
Let's talk about Axanar.
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you that I haven't, God, I talked so much about it.
You got somebody that was there and lived through the filming and everything else, and who likes to.
I almost died that day.
Yeah, it was.
We needed a red shirt to die, and Freya was the one who caught the short stick, huh?
Yeah.
She really she walked right in after I had gone through a whole speech with someone I was standing in front of. Like, this is really cool. I get to be here. I get to work. I wear black shirts and walking around and painting stuff. And then they're gonna put me on set. Heck yeah. And you know what? I'm in a red shirt, dude. Can I die? And the director's like, hey, you can die. And then and I just went through that whole thing, and I was like, this is great. This is fucking great. I'm great. Sorry, edit that out. But then I sat down and I was like, yeah. And then Freya walks in. She goes, I'm a red shirt and I get to die today. And I was like, yes, you do. Whatever. I can die another.
Freya adopted our favorite puppy from the 13 Malinois puppies. She adopted Sable.
Aw.
She and her husband, yeah, they adopted Sable. So, which is awesome, which is a lot of fun. So, Jim Westbrook says, Alec, tell us that Axanar. Alec, boy, yeah. Jim, you've been drinking way too much.
Way to go, Jim.
I think he wrote this one and then said, "Oh, I misspelled a couple things. Let me rewrite that and misspell more." Not that I'm spell shaming you.
Slow down.
Yeah. For all I know, he's dyslexic, and I'm just being an asshole. Jim says, "Tell us that Axanar has just bought CBS. Wouldn't that be nice?"
That'd be great.
But even if I won the Powerball, I wouldn't have enough money to buy CBS. Nor would I want to. I would, if I had the money, I'd just buy Star Trek.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm going to make them an offer they can't refuse and say, we'll take Star Trek. Well, if you can.
I have to say something about Chris. When the BTS
Chris?
comes out,
Oh, Hatch. Okay.
Chris, isn't he that redheaded guy that you worked with that one time?
The evil ginger.
Yeah, that one. Yeah. No, I have to tell you this. When you guys actually see the BTS footage, the behind the scenes footage, you will see how many hats. Well, it's funny that he just put a hat on, but you will see how many different hats he actually wore during this shoot, because it was amazing. I mean, he did just about everything you could possibly think of other than get behind a camera. I think he might even have done that once.
I think it was unofficial. Yeah, it was unofficial first assistant director on the second shoot. So, but
there you go. Yep.
Yeah, if the credits roll on that thing, I think the credits are going to be about like 3 hours long. So many people have helped on Axanar, and it's so great to be a part of it. So, and thank you always, Alex.
Oh, my pleasure. My pleasure. We will get you back out to another shoot and get you down to the LA one. That's the easy one, huh?
Yeah, the LA one would be great because I could just drive down or fly down, just depending on when that's going to be. I can get down there with a lot less notice. That last shoot you tried to do, we were like, "Hey, you want to come out?" And I was like, "I got something going on that weekend. Also, coronavirus." It's like, yeah, I'm not going to Atlanta this weekend.
So yeah, because that was only 3 weeks ago. So
yeah.
It will be one of the few shoots where everybody is in complete. What's that garb they were wearing in Outbreak?
Man.
Yeah, exactly.
If we did the whole thing in like a waysuits, can we do like a go on the outside of the ship and try to fix something that only has a handle on the outside because we don't design the ship very well, or maybe the writers just don't understand how ships should work? Can we deflect?
Or we can make the whole
handle
bridge frozen, and everybody comes on in those Tyvek suits, and you know, somebody takes the glove off their hand, and
Harry Kim's like, we must use this thing to travel in time to fix the thing with the Q, and Janeway's gonna be mad. Yeah, it's
that's the one.
all over. You go preposterous. No, there's an episode.
Yeah, isn't there a preposterous button on your panel there?
Yeah,
it's right next to the ludicrous speed button.
Oh yeah. And Alec, how do you feel about making love to a space ghost? I mean,
what?
She has to be green.
Oh no,
she has to be green.
all right. Well, green women and all, but no, I was talking more like was that the James Gates McFadden episode?
Oh, that one.
Oh, that's a gem.
No.
Oh, that is the worst episode.
I know. I don't mention it to be like, yay.
So yeah. It could be worse, but not by much. Yeah. Where? There's a Axanar Comics. Where is the deflector dish on the line? Dish, not ditch. But we get your meaning, right? Yeah, because I always tell people that. People says, "Oh, well, the Ares, the deflector dish on the Ares." I haven't heard it in years, but that used to be one of the things. Oh, the deflector dish on the Ares isn't the right deflector dish. I said, really? Why? What does the deflector dish look like? Oh, it's got to look like the Enterprise. I said, well, what about
small deflectors? It's like nipples.
Those are the phasers.
Yeah, those are the phasers. Come on, man.
Maybe it's this thing, man.
Come on, Hatch. Get with it. What, Pee-wee?
It's literally missing that part. There's some engineering failures in this ship.
Yeah, so it's like, oh, okay. So obviously there's a deflector. It's just something different on the Reliant, But yeah, it's a Reliant.
That's been a complaint for a long time about the Reliant not having
right. That's why you have to have a secondary hull.
But it was originally supposed to be just a science vessel, so they didn't really need a deflector dish.
No, you need a deflector dish flying at warp speeds or high sublight speeds.
Maybe it fell off.
Yeah.
Well, no, the actual warp field itself creates its own deflector. In a sense, it pushes things out of the way. It's kind of like squeezing a grape between your fingers. That's the idea behind it.
Okay, all right, whatever you say.
No. Crazy internet nerd. Then where are the deflectors on this bad boy.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. It's maybe they're just deflector emitters, right? Maybe that's it.
Okay, look, they use sonic disruptors on there, which there is no sound in space, so that doesn't make any sense by itself. So I'm just going there. All right.
That's true. That's true. That's true. Well, Chris, we'll have to get you on another time.
Maybe we'll have something to talk about that time.
Yeah, maybe we'll talk about Axanar next time, or Star Trek, or something interesting. Darren seems to show up all the time in these streams, so we'll figure he'll show up again, I'm sure. But what are you doing right now? What are you doing for work? Are you just still unemployed? Doing your whole entrepreneur thing? Yeah.
A little bit of right now, nothing. I am doing absolutely nothing, and it doesn't pay, which is weird. So
independently wealthy.
Yeah, well, that goes away after a while. You can keep shoving money under the mattress instead of pulling it out. So that'll last for a while. But yeah, the entrepreneurial spirit will pick back up when consumerism does after the COVID thing. Otherwise, I'll be eating COVID the turkey. And that'll last me about 2 days. So I'll be calling afterwards.
Wow, you eat a lot of turkey. That's a big freaking turkey. By the way, Dale Simpson wants to know what your favorite cocktail is.
Oh, favorite cocktail, gin and tonic.
Oh, I hope you. I hope you drink the good stuff.
Yeah.
The Bombay's good. Tanqueray's good. I think Saint was it? Oh man, I forget the name of it right now. What is that?
St. George.
Yeah, St. George. Locally sourced at Mount Tamalpais in the Bay Area.
Oh, okay.
California. It's very good. Aviation is boring. Come on, Ryan Reynolds. Kind of make some gin, not some vodka. But I actually really like New Amsterdam out of New York. It's a very good table gin. $18 for a giant bottle, and it tastes like gin, drinks like gin, and you can drink gin with the gin in it.
All right.
Is it clear gin or is it dark gin?
It's light gin.
What's dark gin?
Well, gin is 1,000 different things, but most gin that we look at is what dry to medium gin clear. And it's just vodka with stuff in it. Don't let anyone tell you gin's anything different.
It's kind of like tequila. Tequila, you have so many different kinds, and you go anywhere from a dark to a silver. So it's
yeah.
Some of the darker gins are actually pretty good. And
I made a dark gin, and then I took it to a buddy's place and we distilled it, and now it's like white lightning. It's mean, destroy your liver gin, but anything with gin in it.
All right, guys, we're gonna cut this party off. I hope everyone has a good rest of their Friday night. We will be back tomorrow for the morning trek at 11 o'clock. Weekend time is 11, I guess. Well, tomorrow it is, because at 10 o'clock I'm going to be on the Peloton I got a 10 o'clock appointment on Peloton for my 100th ride.
Is that a bike?
I'm going to be taking Alex Toussaint's class, if anyone's a Peloton fan. And so that's it. So 11 will be on for an hour, talking all things Trek. And listen, until that time, sir, we'll have you back on again. Live long and prosper. Please don't eat the turkey. Yes. Save it for an emergency.
But I do a good turkey. Real potatoes and onions in there, and sage and basil. I barbecue it up. It's amazing. You'll never have a better turkey. It falls apart.
We'll come out there and try it sometime.
Support your local breweries.
Yes.
Exactly. All right, guys. Thanks, everyone. It's great having you here. We will see you guys on again very soon.
Yep.
Cheers.
Live long and prosper.
I still hear you chewing.
Can still hear you.
Hi, Derek. Dude, it's good to see you.
It's great seeing you. All right.
You take care.